Hello, this is Vera, and I'm here recording my personal reflection for final part 1. What I've learned over this course, and in relation to what I've already known about the queer community, specifically the lesson that I believe was most important, is that I'm not as crazy as I thought I was. I'm mostly referred to as the crazy weird one in the corner. I own these glasses, and I thought they were really cool, but yeah, I'm used to being called crazy all the time, and then reading all these stories about these really cool people throughout the course and how much I can relate to the other people in the queer community. Being bisexual was eye-opening to me, and it made me feel so much happier and more comfortable with who I am. I had very little experience being a part of participating in the queer community, but having just finished through school recently, there's been a larger push of learning about the queer community, and so a lot of the factual information and historical aspects I was already sort of familiar with, but it was very fun to it's always fun to learn more and hear about more experiences and how people have come out today's society and how they still are and how the pandemic has affected that and how we are remembering certain impactful events. This class particularly was awesome. I'm really kind of sad that we were not able to be in person, and I get to know other people in the class who may be queer or want to become allies or don't even know what the word is and really want to know about other people's stories around them on campus. However, the thing that really most impacted me, I would say, besides the fact that I now know I'm not crazy, is going through the gender workbook. It was crazy to me. I am very familiar with the sexuality aspect of the queer umbrella because I had to do a lot of research for myself. But I was very self-confident that I was a woman, and I never once questioned my gender because of how I define gender. I'll get to how I define gender in a second. But when I went and read through that workbook, it was so cool because it helped me understand people who do question their gender and where it comes from and how it doesn't matter and what it means and how I can understand it. And at some point it did have me question what gender was in the first place. And as we know, it is a social construct that has no meaning or no reason to be a reason for anything. And nothing should bind you to expectations in society, which brings us back to why I am very confident in myself being a woman. I was not raised that women do these things. I was raised, you are a woman, you can do whatever you want. So being a woman to me was not defined by what I could or couldn't do in society. And I found that interesting because in many cases that's where people start to question their gender, is when they feel separate from what they're supposed to be feeling according to society. So that was interesting with that kind of mindset going into that book and reading all about the different genders and how people and all the different terms besides gender, like femme, butch, top, and bottom, and all about sex. It was so cool to read a chapter about sex because she was right in reading about how a lot of books just leave out sex, and sex is so important because that's the whole. It's a big part between in every relationship. Sex is important, or even if there is not sex, that's also important to have a discussion about that. And I will definitely leave this class with a lot more confident in myself and knowledge of the LGBTQ community, and definitely referring this class to others. And the books and the articles that we went through, I've saved quite a few of them and have sent them to a lot of my other connections. And my aunt, who's really prominent in the queer community, and she is also she recognized a few of the artists and was very excited that I was learning about them from this class, and I felt more excited to learn about them because they're actually they're more well induced into the community, and it made me feel awesome. So yeah, I loved this class in many ways. How it was structured was great. Anything I would have done differently about the class? I don't think so. I liked the long aspect of the book and then the check-ins every once in a while, and I loved how we could have discussions and positively reinforce each other's opinions rather than having a discussion about gender, because then you run into or sexuality or any one of the readings, because then it refrained from going into incorrect definitions or assumptions that lead to bad things. And positively reinforcing everyone helps everyone have a more comfortable and learning community and space. So yes, thank you so much. I love this class, and if I ever find myself on campus, I will look out for this class and come find people. Okay, bye.